with her a little bit before I go. The point is, I do not know. But let us assume that Her Excellency really was sent here to see if she can stabilize this little place, because they might know things in England that I don't know. Because I was surprised that, I think it's January 7th or something like that. Last week I came across it. I just typed in, and persons who want to do it for themselves, you just go, type in Hansard, you go to the English Hansard and just type in Anguilla and 2015, right? And you will come on what I saw. That they used to discuss Anguilla on the Foreign Affairs Committee. But if my reading of this is correct, they have actually been discussing Anguilla in the House of Lords and saying, what are you all going to do about corruption in Anguilla? But what surprised me, and why I'm bringing it up, just yesterday I happened to be talking to somebody for the AUM, a strong supporter of the AUM, and I told them about it. And that person's interpretation was, yeah, you know, that's a corruption that is alleged with the front, right? And I said, wow. I said to myself, this is the way what people think. When the House of Commons or the Foreign Affairs Committee or the House of Lords are discussing corruption in Anguilla, they are not distinguishing from AUM. And when you read it, when I read it, they are talking as if Anguilla is corrupt. Anguilla is not corrupt.
Well, it's another one. Alright. Yeah, idiot, that, idiot thing on. Idiot, that. We know you know that idiot thing on. Idiot, that, idiot thing on. Idiot, that. We know you know that idiot thing on.
Before we go proceed, there's a youngster on our side here, and he would have been to these studios and offices here last week, more than several times, and I'm sure he spoke to you as well. He has an issue apparently with, with the former workplace. He used to work at one of the utilities in Anguilla. Everyone knows him as Kenty, and and his story is an old one, and the people who know the story out there, But I want to say to the authorities and to those who can bring some relief to him. I'm concerned, by this constant pressure that he's placed under. I'm not familiar with all the details of the situation, but from what I've been able to glean so far, he's getting a rough ride. I reached out to authorities as well to find out what can be done. They told me that they've tried to settle with him. Some years ago he was arrested. He served time in jail too. There was an issue with some children he had there. I heard they were not going to school, all that stuff, and he lost his job because of some story that it's alleged that he would have threatened some co-worker, and it just got out of control, out of control really. But I want us to say that this youngster is hurting. He has been here since 6 this morning or Friday, and he is not, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I am aware, based on my discussions with him, his mind is sound still. But I'm concerned that this type of pressure really at some point in time will crack him. So the system need to save him.
Well, I spoke with him on Saturday. I went to the documents with him a year ago, and I thought it was resolved until Saturday. Actually, he called me.
It's not resolved.
I'm trying to get an appointment to meet with the governor to meet with him.
Yeah, something that happened
because
he needs some help.
There are children in this country who are not going to school, and their parents is okay. Here's a young man that was working.
Worked for years too. A good worker.
Well, was fired from his job.
I'm sorry about something.
And been taken before the court concerning his payment for his job being fired, and then to be thrown in jail because of children not going to school. The case was not about children going to school. It was the case about him and Anguilla. But he was thrown in prison. And up to this day, they cannot tell him why he was thrown in prison. And it needs to give clarity to it. And hear the man out and settle with the young man properly. Deal with him properly.
You need to settle with him somehow.
Because if you know how ISIS is formed,
that's ISIS style right there. Because he feels oppressed.
The guy knows the law to the T.
Yeah, look.
He reads sections of the Constitution.
Look at his files. He have brought files here too, and those files are clean.
Clean files.
Even his papers they're neatly placed up.
And you have an order.
In order.
He can give you one from one down to whatever it is.
Yeah.
In order.
Yeah. But
the authorities who's dealing with this
need to help him.
They need to sit down with this young man,
please,
and deal with it. There are people in Anguilla who don't send children to school at all. There are people who brought their own children at home. Who go to the hospital and have their children deliver, and it's okay. Why does the pressure come on a little man?
And some are saying, because I spoke to some some folks this last week when he first came here, and the impression I got is that they're saying that they're willing to settle with him, but as if he believes as if he's owed big money because he went to jail 3 times. He said
for no reason,
and he's trying to get a copy of the committal document, and he said he's been refused that too by the system. So somebody somewhere with some power, some sway, needs to get on board and help this situation, help him out before it gets worse. I'm concerned. The guy had been here since 6 this morning, and he was here last week almost every day, with this story. And and while we wish not to get too much involved in it, because I've seen that this is a matter that is either head in court or was in the court and back out here again. I really hope and pray and appeal to those the relevant authorities to see how best they can help him. Some are saying just get over it and get a next job and move on, but somehow this thing has really played on.
This is why we are so in Anguilla. We want to bury everything and then jump over it and go ahead.
Yeah.
But the sore is still there.
Yeah,
the scab is over the sore, but it's not healed underneath.
He's hurting.
If he gets another job, he still is hurting from what happened. We need to settle him.
He's hurting bad.
We need to deal with this in the court. The court needs to give justice where justice is due.
Yeah.
I'm saying something in Anguilla, because of who you are, you get through.
Yeah.
Kisses go in favor. That song speaks to Anguilla.
Brother, and this brother used to work with Anguilla, and he was a good worker, because he did work for me here too, really, over the years. I run the system, build lines, help with stuff, all that stuff. He was a good guy. He's still a good man, and let us see if we can help him and save him, people.
But not only that, he has a family.
He has a family as well.
He has a family, and the family also is hurting.
Yeah.
Because of his hurt.
His mother. This thing will kill his mother.
It will, because she's crying a lot of tears she's crying over her child.
Yeah, so this is a serious matter.
And it is only because of an individual. It's a problem with one person. It started with one person.
I know.
And because he stands up for his rights. Like me, I stand up in Anguilla. And some people want to kick me.
Yeah.
But like I told him a while ago, don't give up. Continue.
No.
God is going to see every wrong righted in this country.
He will eventually.
Idiot. We know you're not idiot. We need God in division in this country. And we can stop it, We can stop it. Because if you listen out there, some of the very same people in the police force knows of these crimes in but because it will affect a family member of their own or a friend of their child own, they ignore and they hide and they prolong and they lost evidence. It happens, it's happening. So you call the police and you tell them something, make a report. You can hear it on the road the next day. You made a report. Who made a report? Around us, everything is crumbling, and we are talking about developing. Idiot. The system designed for the poor man, no stand a chance. And I idiot thing that. As the clock strike 1:59, them a lock off the dance. Idiot thing that. This one with the system. The way the system operates is wrong.
It's against some.
Yes, it's against some.
Yeah.
And some can go free.
Just apply across the board, because other departments too, you have the same issue where if you are known by some people, you get through. If you're not known, if you have a godfather somewhere, you are stuck in the system. You're frustrated by the system. I'm sure it's right across.
It's right across the board,
Right across the board, right?
It's right across.
Yeah. So
there's a lot of things happening in Anguilla because of who you are. And this is why I respect that song. Kisses go by favor. We have to be careful what we're doing. Who is held responsible in Anguilla? Nobody. How in God will we expect to have a clean and good country when we are doing so much wrong things and nobody? If a little man walks on the road with a marijuana spliff in his hand, how when the police hold him, immediately he's gone behind the bars and then he's on bail before the court and on bail for a spliff of marijuana. Now I'm not promoting young men to smoke marijuana. Do not get me wrong. But I'm just trying to show you what is happening in this little land. But the big collar criminals who do all the wrong, you never hear none of them punished. It's about time that we stop it.
You can't defend wrong. So if somebody does that, that is wrong, and I ain't gonna defend that.
Get a youth there's a jail and can't get bail. Idiot thing that make it worse, only for your liquor split fail. Idiot thing that. Idiot thing that.
You as a layman person, an ordinary man of Anguilla, who I think you have a fairly good grasp of the issues that are wrong in Anguilla. For a layman, you understand the issues to some extent, to a great extent. I want to say, really, that are out there.
If you are living in a country and you can see wrong and say it's wrong, something is wrong with you. If you are living in a country and you cannot feel the pulse of the country, something is wrong. How about the pulse of Angola stopped? They stopped.
Idiot, we know you got that. Idiot thing that.
The wrongful accommodation.
There's still the law of contract. If somebody is wrongfully fired, they still have the right to claim compensation under the law.
Well, government has to pay. You can take the government for false imprisonment, right? And then all of that will go away.
And think of what is the real purpose of a court. The real purpose of a court is to dispense justice. Right?
But then the governor, the governor here for good governance, so she shouldn't allow this to happen.
The whole system, as I was telling you.
You see, there's a history of complaints from Anguilla about bad governance. And that's where we are today. Anguilla is being badly governed. Deliberately or accidentally.
You know, people everywhere, life is hard. But sometimes our own people make it harder for us to survive. And that is what has happened to us in Anguilla. And I don't think that we are really alone in that. But we have to do something. All people have to realize the power they have in their hands. Again, that is the thing of educating our people. Knowledge, information, they're all key. And again, that is one of the things Pam wants to do. Let our people be informed. I said some night we are a secretive people because, and I come from the government. I worked as a public servant, so I can very well say that, and nobody can tell me I'm not telling the truth, because we believe in this thing called confidentiality and not letting people know. You keep them in the dark, and when you keep people in the dark, you can control them.
Now youth at school, mama have to spend every cent what she have on a idiot thing that. Mama youth left school qualified, but still can't get a job. You a idiot thing that. 12-year-old youth up roll with them 16. Idiot thing that. Great old man a look little girl when you 15. Idiot thing that. Idiot thing that. Idiot. We know you know that. Idiot thing that. Idiot. Idiot thing that. Idiot.
Alright, Assassin the Z wants to know what's up with the beef between you and your fella DJ.
Idiot thing that. Coming up and we draw down one another, none can go on top. Idiot thing that. Come for you think with a glad so you make it them want see you flop. Idiot thing that. Vice a tune, DJ hear it and go out around. Idiot thing that. Before them a smile on your face and a gun round stop now you walk. You a idiot